Welcome to Secret Dealers. Our three antiques experts are about to be let loose in this amazing house. It's got a huge variety of objects inside to whet our dealers' appetites, and we're about to see some serious money on the table. So whatever you do, don't go away.
In today's programme, our secret dealers will be put to the test in this one house.
Oh my goodness, where do you start? It's amazing, isn't it?
They'll use their expert knowledge to root out the best antiques.
The Chinese market is very, very, very hot.
And place secret bids while the owner is away.
Well, from what I've seen in this house, I reckon that could be something he quite treasures.
There's literally a lifetime's worth of collecting up for grabs.
More there, more there. There's a lot, isn't there?
But it won't stop the dealers wanting the same things.
You're spotting my stickers, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I saw that joke when I walked in.
It's a bidding war like we've never seen before.
Which? I'm going to get that gun down in a minute.
You need your flak jacket in this house with you two.
Today, we're off to the east coast of Scotland and a house that's packed to the gunnels with an enormous collection, spanning many eras and continents. There's everything from English coins and silver to a large range of Oriental items and an even bigger collection relating to ships and trains. This huge hoard belongs to lifetime collector Alan and wife Thelma.
It's like being interested in railways. You're born with steam in your blood or railways in your blood. And I think the antiques come a close second.
Alan's loved trains for as long as he can remember. He once even bought a real full-size engine, complete with 3 miles of track, all delivered to his garden on 7 lorries. It's fair to say he's obsessed.
Well, there's no way at any of the trains going, that's for sure.
It's okay. As long as you can sell some of your things, it's okay.
Okay, some that you don't have to polish?
Yeah.
All right.
Alan and Thelma want to make some money to help finish building a holiday home in the garden and to fly to America for Thelma's son's wedding. This 1940s Chinese diving helmet is one thing Alan's hoping to shift to help the cause.
My wife Thelma wants me to get it out of here because it's cumbersome on the stairs and one less item to dust.
Alan's been buying and selling antiques since he was a boy, so the dealers will have to be on their toes today.
It was going to be very interesting to see what they are prepared to bid and assess that against what I know from my own knowledge. I won't be able to pull any fast ones.
Now, Alan, you have quite a lot of stuff crammed into this little house, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
But it's such an eclectic mixture. You've got trains, you've got marine-related items, you've got Chinese stuff even.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Well, the trains and the marine-orientated items are because of specific interest. I've always been interested in trains. I can't remember when I wasn't. The marine items, my father was in the Navy and then a shipbuilder. So I suppose, yeah, it's something that you hear about when you grow up and it just takes hold of you.
Well, I wouldn't disagree that you've got quite a lot in this house, Alan. There's perhaps room for a bit more space.
Yeah. I mean, Selma works full-time for the NHS. She works long hours, and to keep all this dusted and tidy is getting too much now.
So is she putting the pressure on a little bit?
I wouldn't say that, but I don't think she'll be disappointed to see some of it go away.
So you've decided it's just the right time and you need a bit of cash for various other things?
Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll have to see what we can do.
OK.
I can't wait to see what our dealers will make of Alan's eclectic collection. Alison, Tim and Karen have struck it lucky today.
Hiya.
Hey, you three.
Hi, Kate.
Now, I've brought you to the back of a little mid-terrace, which doesn't look much from the outside. It is crammed with a multitude of antiques and collectibles. And as a special treat, I am going to give you double the normal time.
Double.
Yes, that sounds good to me.
Because there is no way you're getting round this house to look at everything in the normal time.
Okay.
You're going to have loads of fun in there. You better get started.
Oh my goodness!
Let us in! Wow.
The first thing to hit home is the collection of model trains.
This man is loco mad. There's trains everywhere.
Alison's husband helps run a heritage railway, so this will be right up her street.
More there, more there.
Yeah, I
Quite a
can
lot to
see
go,
it. There's a lot, isn't there?
You like chain stuff, don't you?
I like chain
Yeah, I
stuff.
thought so.
Yeah.
Well, move fast, Alison, because Karen's picked out some of the best. A pair of 1950s Bassett Loke model trains.
This is a mad bid because I don't really know much about locos. But I do buy them and I usually do all right. So let's have a punt.
Alison will shudder to see Karen's bid on her favourites. Right now, she's battling Tim for his favourite thing, silver. An 18th century loving cup by Newcastle maker Isaac Cookson.
4? No. 4?
4. How much you say that
I've
weighs?
scribbled it out. Scribble it out. It's not a 4 now.
How much you say that weighs?
At 16 ounces-ish.
So you're going heavy on that then?
Well, it's not a scrapper, that, is it?
No, you wouldn't scrap it.
No,
but that's
you
still
wouldn't
quite keen at 4. I thought. I mean,
No, I'm
I'm going my
happy.
own way on it. 425.
Which?
4.
We're bickering again.
The loving cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where do you see that?
More than the pair of you, if you're honest. You've got big competition there.
I know.
6.
No! No!
I'm leaving you to it.
Right. Well, I've put mine down.
Yeah, get in there.
Okay.
In there.
Fine.
Right.
Fine.
It's giving me an headache. I don't know about that.
You need your flak jacket in this house with you two.
Oh my goodness, where do you start? It's amazing, isn't it?
Bids are piling up all over the house. Tim's already bid on the silver. Now he's dug up pirate treasure, Alan's beloved coin collection. Tim's homed in on a set commemorating Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee.
We haven't actually got a full set because somebody's made that up. You should have a £5 coin, which is gold, and a £2 coin, which is gold.
In this condition, it will be the value of the gold, not the coins, that interests Tim.
You've got a gold sovereign there, definitely worth a bid.
Karen's area of interest is very wide, and she spotted a piece of Scrimshaw, an engraved whale tooth carved by a sailor at sea. But she'll have to be careful.
I know there's loads of reproductions
Yeah,
of this
I know.
stuff on the market.
That looks all right.
Well, I think it looks all right, actually. The fact that it's in a proper tooth, because a lot of them are made of resin, aren't they, the reproductions?
Yeah, and you can actually, if you look on the edges on the copies, you can almost see the cut marks through the
Yes.
resin. And this looks really natural.
The most collectible pieces from the 18th century, aren't they? I wonder if that's a wee bit later. Still collectible, I would say.
Yes, Kate. Faint heart never won fair lady. Not that I want to win fair lady, but there you go.
The dealers are making good headway through the house and bids are landing everywhere. Alison's making a move for the Victorian Golden Jubilee coins that Tim bid on earlier.
So that's good. So that's those two there.
It's inside.
Downstairs, Karen's found a little silver of her own, a Victorian rosewood vanity box, complete with silver-capped bottles and jars.
This is a fabulous little travelling box where if you're going out for the weekend or off on holiday, you take this with you and you put all your lotions, potions in these little pots here. We've got different cuts. Can you see? The cuts are different in the tops of those glasses. So this has been probably matched up. I suppose there are little drawbacks, but there's loads of good things about this box. The fact that these are silver tops, brilliant. So, oh no, that means I've got to offer a little bit more, I think, if it's silver. I'm going to sneak it back in there and hope those naughty chappies don't notice.
Our other two naughty chappies have gravitated together in the bedroom. Play nicely, we don't want a repeat of downstairs.
That'd suit you.
This is real witch doctor stuff, this is, isn't
Well,
it?
that's why I said it'd suit you.
I did try. First on the agenda here is the whale-tooth Scrimshaw that Karen's already bid on.
But I don't think it's an early one.
No, but it's right. It's not repro. I'm going to bid on that.
Not so me.
Well, that was fairly painless. Perhaps there are happier times ahead.
Oh, you heartthrob.
Or perhaps not. Thankfully, Tim's off downstairs to the Victorian vanity box. Karen's already left her bid, so what will Tim make of it?
We've got a tiny little corkscrew there. Now, that is not for uncorking a bottle of wine, because you won't get far with your plonk. It's for opening up a little scent bottle with a little cork in it. Now, these are not the easiest things to sell. The last one of these, it took me 2 years to sell it.
Bid carefully, Tim. Without Tim to distract her, Alison's finally making a move for the 1950s Bassett Loke model trains that she loves so much. She's up against Karen for these, so just how far will she go to get them?
This is also Bassett Loke, but the condition of it. See, this has been resolded here. It's been badly repainted there, and all of that is very relevant when you're buying these things. How well it's been painted. How much repair.
It's a tough call for Alison. Will her heart rule her head over these? The dealers are plastering bids everywhere and the competition is hot. Now Alison's joining Tim and Karen in bidding for the Victorian rosewood vanity box. The house is packed with collectibles. The dealers have been bidding frantically and we'll be finding out what else they've bid on later.
I hear you and Timmy have been having a lot of fun in the bedroom.
It was fun in the bedroom.
The dealers have bid on 67 items from Alan's treasured collection, but which are their favourites so far?
I really like the vanity box, the rosewood box with the silver top bottles. Very nice.
The Newcastle Silver Loving Cup. I left a strong bid on that.
It would have to be one of the trains. You can't buy better. What better way to put my money into? The best.
They sound keen, but it's their own money they're bidding with, so just how much have they offered today?
So dealers have got very different tastes, you know.
Yes.
In this envelope, Alan, is what you could take home today.
Thank you. That's very good. £11,773. It's a tidy sum.
I mean, that is a serious amount of money, isn't it? Just shy of £12,000.
Yes, it is indeed.
I mean, that could be a life-changing amount of money, couldn't it?
If I accepted the whole lot, it would be very handy towards the building project and also Thelma's trip to America. I'd very much like to see what it's for.
We'll go find out.
Great.
Almost £12,000 is an enormous offer, but is Alan prepared to part with some of what he's spent his life collecting? One thing's for sure, the dealers won't be getting an easy ride. First up are the Bassett O-gauge locomotives. Karen and Alison were onto these, but as they're part of Alan's prized train collection, I'm not sure it will be easy to get him to sell.
Well, the O-gauge was started by Märklin, wasn't it? Or German manufacturers,
Correct.
I think. Now, these aren't Märklin, but they're still highly collectible,
Yes,
aren't they?
yes.
Now, the independent valuation for your two locomotives is between £200 and £300.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
That's quite, yeah, that's fair enough.
OK, we have two bids, Alan, here. Karen says 160.
Bit light.
Bit light.
Yeah.
We'll put that one on hold for the moment. Alison really likes train models. In fact, her husband is a bit of a fan, so I don't know whether she's bidding for herself to sell on or for her husband. Alison says 200.
Well, that's more like it.
I know how much the dealers want these, so I'm going to bring Karen and Alison back in here. I think we might get you just a wee bit more.
Right.
Come on in, girls.
Hello. Now, Alan, meet Karen.
Lovely to meet you finally.
And Alison.
Hi, Alison.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Now,
meet you.
girls, we're talking about these two locomotives. Highest bid on the table is £200 from Alison.
And you want more?
Let's put it this way. We haven't agreed a sale yet.
OK.
Well, I'm
Can
game.
I remind, are these the ones that have been repainted?
That would be correct.
And did you do the painting yourself?
I'm afraid so.
Ah,
Okay.
right.
Right, I'm game.
OK.
Done? Thank you very much. Thank you. OK. Karen says 190. Good effort,
Good effort,
but not
but
quite enough.
under par.
Alison says the same, £200.
But Alan will know why.
Yeah.
So what's going on here?
You're right in the fact that from a toy collector's point of view,
Yes.
to repaint or refurbish something, even though it's battered and, looks like nothing on earth, is a sacrilege because they want it as it is originally.
Yes.
So you just gave it a bit of TLC, didn't you, Alan?
Yes, that's correct.
So, we have £200 still on the table.
Well, for the sake of the Romney Height and Dime Church Railway, we'll accept the 200 off.
Oh, you are sweet. Thank you, my love. That's good.
We have a deal.
We have a deal.
We'll shake on that then.
£200 on the table, and the trains leave with Alison.
They are both Basset cloak, and definitely I'll be able to sell them, and I'm pleased to go home with them. Worth coming for.
Alison's happy to get the trains, but is Alan reluctant to let them go?
Don't tell Thelma, but I've got another 2 engines. And so I'm going to partly finance the purchase of that by selling these 2.
You've got another 2 that Thelma doesn't know about.
Well, another 2 on the way, yeah.
On their way.
Mm-hmm.
Have you made a bit of a habit of buying model trains without Thelma knowing, Alan?
That's an incriminating question. To be honest, yes.
Oh, you devious collector. Sorry, Alan.
Next up is the collection of coins celebrating Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee. Tim and Alison are competing for these, but Tim's not sure they're a set, so it's the value of the golds that interests him.
Now, Alan, you've got a great coin collection here that you keep in this treasure chest. But I want to ask you about this set here. Tell me about that.
Well, this is Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee set, from the sovereign down to the silver threepence, apart from the £5 and the £2. It's a good collectible item, but now it is also very valuable from its intrinsic metal point of view.
I suspect that the dealers are interested in not only the set, but because it has this gold sovereign and half sovereign particularly.
Yeah.
So we have 2 bids. Alison has bid you £290.
No deal.
You seem absolutely certain about
no
that.
Deal. Absolutely no deal.
No way.
You can't buy a sovereign now for that.
Independent valuation, you're right, is £350 to £450. Tim has bid you £310.
Well, thank you, Tim, for the bet, but sorry, no deal.
I think that's a good decision. I think they've been a bit mean.
A flat no to Tim, and the coins are kept.
If he's got some sort of sentimental reasons for keeping it, I can understand that.
No, Tim. Alan just thought your bid was too mean. Next, it's the whale-tooth Scrimshaw. Karen was the first to get her hands on this, and after deciding it wasn't a fake, her bid was closely followed by an offer from Tim.
Now, the really collectible pieces are the early elaborate pieces, aren't
Yes.
they? This, I would say, is probably late 19th century.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little scene on there, isn't it? But it's interesting, Scrimshaw has become so collectible
Yes.
and makes such big money, the really elaborate pieces,
Correct.
that these fakes have come into the market, either
Yes.
made of resin or, some of the really bad ones made of plastic.
That is true, and this makes people afraid to buy it. I believe this to be a genuine piece.
I think you're absolutely right. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's a genuine piece. Well, we've got 2 bids here, Alan. We've got a bid from Tim,
Yeah.
and Tim says £120.
Don't think that's quite enough.
Don't you? The independent valuation on your piece is between £200 and £300.
I would agree with that.
OK, you think that's fair?
Yes.
Karen has bid you £210.
210. Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
I think that's a fair bid.
She has to make a living, so yeah, it's reasonable.
Have we got a sale?
We've got a sale.
Fantastic.
Another £210 to Alan, and the Scrimshaw goes to Karen.
Oh, it's a lot more than Tim. I hope I'm all right. Fingers crossed.
Alan sold Karen the whale tooth, but he didn't accept her offer of £190 for a set of 4 Victorian mahogany dining chairs. Tim's offer of £120 for a pair of modern jade Chinese dishes, or Alison's offer of £180 on an Inuit seal skin canoe. Next up is the Victorian rosewood vanity box. It's the first item to appeal to all 3 dealers, but Karen was particularly keen because of the solid silver bottle tops.
Why did you buy this, Alan? That's what I want to know.
Well, this came from Australia. My son bought it in Perth in Australia and sent it over to me.
Isn't that funny, because it's so English?
Yes.
So why did your son send this over?
He's now an Australian citizen and he now wants to buy a house. He's living in lease property, so whatever is on this is a contribution to his deposit for his house.
We'd better have a look at the bids. Alison has bid you £300.
Not impressed.
Not impressed. The independent valuation on this, if it was to go to auction, is between £400 and £600. Does that sound fair to you?
The upper figure does.
OK. Tim says 225.
Sorry.
Flat no.
Flat no.
OK. So we're left with Karen. Karen says 420.
Well, that's more like it.
It's actually within the independent valuation,
Yes.
which is pretty good for a dealer, because she's got to make her profit.
I appreciate that. I think we go with that.
We have a deal.
OK.
£420 to Alan's son, and another deal for Karen.
Oh, great. That's one of the bits I would really like, so I'm really pleased I got that.
With the offers growing, Alan went on a selling spree, making some big money. Karen bought a pair of James Hardy oil paintings for £350 and a surveyor's theodolite for £250. Tim snapped up a lot of silver, buying a 19th century Edinburgh teapot for £420, a Chester 3-piece tea set for £695 and a London pear-shaped coffee pot for £260. Next is the George II loving cup. Tim and Alison were squabbling over this, and as there's 9 ounces of Newcastle silver here, it's a highly collectible piece.
Alan, tell me where these cups come from.
Well, this cup here, I believe, was made by Isaac Cookson, who was a silversmith in Newcastle. I believe this one dates from 1749. I know that Newcastle silver in England is a premium collectible in the same manner that Scottish silver is in this part of the country.
You know your silver, don't you, Alan?
A bit.
I love the sort of inverted bell shape of it, with these lovely scroll handles.
Yes.
They were used at weddings or banquets, if you like, special occasions. But I think it's the age and it's that important maker that you mentioned
Yes.
that's caught the dealer's attention.
Yes.
OK, 2 bids, Alan. Alison says £570.
I would say not quite enough.
Now, our independent valuer has said for this piece between £500 and £700. As I say, it's not the most commercial of items.
Yeah.
It's a lovely piece of 18th century silver.
Yeah.
OK. Tim says 600.
I think we could have a deal at that. We have a
Quite
deal.
happy?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I am thrilled, 1, to have pipped Alison at the post, and 2, to have bought that loving cup, because I think it is fantastic.
I should have been the one that walked with it. I think I'll have to have words.
In total today, the secret dealers have bid on 67 items in Alan's eclectic collection. And after a run of meaty offers, it's time to take stock.
Now, Alan, we're roughly halfway through. How do you think you've done so far?
Reasonably well, quite well.
It's a bit of a rollercoaster ride, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You have made, Alan, so far, £5,064. Here's the 4.
You're joking. Is this correct?
That is absolutely correct, I can assure you.
Excellent.
£5,064. You look a bit shocked.
Yeah.
That is what you've got so far.
Well, I find that incredible. I'm surprised it's amounted up to this amount.
Alan has already pocketed over £5,000 from the secret dealers, but how much will he end up with?
Thelma's eyes will open wide when I tell her. Where can I hide it?
But there's a lifetime's worth of collecting stashed in this house, and there's plenty more for our dealers to get their teeth into.
It's so exciting.
exciting coming into someone's houses. I love it. Never know what you're going to find.
Karen's eagle eyes have spotted something she likes the look of, a late 19th century Majolica owl jug.
People get very confused when they hear the word Majolica. Majolica actually refers to this treacly glaze, not Maiolica, which is 18th century Italian. What one going to be for you?
He's all right. It's nice, isn't he? Any marks on the bottom?
Just some painter's marks. That's
Continental.
All. Yeah. You can tell that it's very poorly moulded. If that was English, it would be like screaming at you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably with a good English factor on the bottom, like Minton or Wedgwood.
George Jones or somebody.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Here, tell you what, you're in the best place down here. Those two, they're like an old married couple.
Are they?
Harping on, they are.
Tim and Alison are up to their old tricks. All day they've been bidding eye to eye in a sort of guessing game, which Alison's very good at, and they're at it again. This time over a 19th century English cow creamer.
2.
No.
2.
I hate you.
I know you do. I know you do. It's like you were not
I'm going to get that gun down in a minute.
It's not guns that Karen's reaching for, it's this 19th century Dutch naval officer's sword.
Well, they're doing what they're doing. Hopefully they won't notice it.
Yeah, we'll still be correct.
Got a nice ivory handle on it and a nice hilt. I'd expect it to be a naval sword or something like that, but I'll stick a bid on that.
I didn't say it was... What are you bidding on, Karen?
The clock.
Case. Oh, the clock.
Clock's really nice, isn't it, the clock?
That's nice.
Got away with that one.
Very smart, Karen. Cheeky, but smart. The dealers are setting a fierce pace and the bids are flying. Tim's plucked the Majolica owl from the depths of the display cabinet. Karen's already bid on this.
You didn't think I'd spot
Timmy.
that, did you?
You're spotting my stickers, aren't you?
No, I'm not, but I saw that jug when I walked in.
How could you see? It's right down the
No, when I
bottom
was
at
in
the
that
back. How
cabinet,
did
I
you-
clocked it and I thought, I'm coming back to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not following your stickers.
Are you
Promise.
sure?
Promise. It's got a crack in it, you know.
Yeah, I know. Kills it really,
It
doesn't it?
does, yeah.
A bit of gamesmanship from Karen there, I think, but it certainly got Tim thinking.
Oh, I don't know what to bid on this. How's the Maiolica market, Karen?
What market?
Depressed.
Very.
That means she reads it.
That's Tim and Karen in for the jug.
Sure.
Alison's still searching for more trains. She's convinced there's a track layout somewhere, but I've got bad news for her.
He
Had a layout.
had one up in the loft. I think the wife made him get rid of it.
Wives are like that.
But he had, get this, a long time ago, he told his wife he was going to get a train delivered, and she presumed it was a model. It was a full-size locomotive with 3 miles of track.
Really?
You may not be surprised to hear that it was Alan's ex-wife, not current wife Thelma, who opened the door to that delivery. Tim's unearthed something smaller, a Chinese blue and white 18th century ginger jar.
The Chinese market is very, very, very hot, but they like the coloured ground, particularly yellow ground in Oriental ceramics, but they are starting to buy the blue and white export ware as well.
There are a lot of Oriental items here that Alan brought back from his time working in China, and Karen's drawn to another of these, the 1940s copper diving helmet.
Kate, you're going to have to help me with this diving helmet. What do we know about it?
Right, I can tell you that the homeowner brought quite a few of these back with him, and this is the only one he's got left.
Yeah.
So it is Chinese, but
Yeah.
it's certainly got some age to it. It's perfectly right, made to be used. It's sort of reproduction one.
Yeah.
It's got to be, I would say, 600 to 800-ish.
Do you think? I think I've made a good bid. Mind you, I reckon, from what I've seen in this house, I reckon that could be something he quite treasures.
Actually, Alan is keen to sell this at the right price. We'll see later if Karen's done enough. Time is running short and the dealers are placing their last few bids.
Time's up!
Oh, I'm mid-bid.
The time for bidding has gone, but Tim can't resist taunting Alison one last time.
Have you found anything fabulous?
I have.
Have you?
Yes.
What is it?
Like I'm going to tell you.
Oh, no, tell me. Share.
Share.
It's not a railway train, is it?
Yes.
All right, I'm not bothered.
Now the dealers have finished their rummage through Alan's collection, what else have they seen to excite them?
I really liked the diver's helmet, so fingers crossed.
What I'd like to walk away with is the cow creamer. It's very neat, very elegant.
The silver cow creamer, because I like novelty silver. I left a strong bid on it, and I'm hoping that I've beat Chappers.
Well, they can't both have the creamer. Someone's going to be disappointed. Alan has already accepted just over £5,000 for some of his items. So what's he expecting from this second batch of bids?
So, how much money do you think the dealers have got left in their pockets?
I don't know.
We'd better go and have a look.
First up, it's the Majolica Owl Jug. Karen was the first to offer on this, but it also got a bid from eagle-eyed Tim.
Now, Alan, this is quite quirky. Tell me about this jug.
I know it's quite a rare and collectible piece because I have seen a reference to it previously in some publication.
Well, this is a continental piece, and I suppose the Majolica that makes the big money is usually English by a well-known factory like Wedgwood or George Jones or Minton. But this is quite quirky, being in the shape of an owl here.
Yes.
And we've got two bids. Karen has bid you £70.
Mm-hmm. I would think that's slightly under.
Independent valuation is between 70 and 100, and I'll tell you why. There's a little hairline crack
There is.
on the inside
I
there.
agree with that, yes.
Should we have a look at Tim's?
Yeah.
Tim says 75.
It's Tim's deal.
We got a sale.
We got a sale.
£75 for the kitty, and the owl goes to Tim.
Shows you what you can do with a fiver in the right place.
No, he outbid me by £5. You wait till I see that, Tim. I like Dolly.
Next up, it's the 19th century ivory-handled sword. Karen had a stab at this, but did she aim high enough to get Alan to sell?
Now, you really have got things displayed everywhere because above our heads is this sword. Tell me about this, Alan.
Well, it's an 1888 pattern Netherlands Navy officer's sword. It's just one of these things I've acquired.
So, you must have had a fair idea what it was worth then?
Well, a naval sword like that would fetch at auction about £350 plus hammer.
You're bang on. Our independent valuer has said between £300 and £400.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, Karen will have a go at anything, Alan, and she's left you a bid.
Yeah.
She says £160.
Sorry, no deal.
Not enough?
Not enough.
She had a go, didn't she?
She had a go. Good try, but no deal.
At £160, it's a flat no to Karen.
Damn, really like the sword. Damn.
Alan wouldn't surrender the sword, but he was happy to sell a Victorian oak tantalus to Karen for £110, a mahogany case brass chronometer to Alison for £200, and a Chinese lacquered tea caddy to Tim for £150. Next, it's the 1940s diver's helmet that Karen is really keen on.
I really like that, so fingers crossed.
But has she bid enough to take it home?
Tell me about this diver's helmet, Alan.
Well, this diver's helmet came from China. It is typical of the type of diving helmet that has been made for nearly 200 years now.
But this one's about, what, 1940s? Something like that?
I would say it's about that age. They are still used over in China for pearl fishing.
They are highly collectible, as I'm sure you know.
Yes. They were sort of selling at the £1,000 mark.
And I think it's worth saying there are a lot of reproductions of these around,
Yes,
aren't there?
but
But this is the genuine article,
Yes.
and I think Karen realised that because she has bid you, Alan, £400.
I would say that's acceptable in today's market.
The independent valuation on this, just so you know, is actually between £600 and £800.
Yeah.
£400 cash, Alan. What are you going to do?
I think she can have it for that. It's been on here on the stairs, along with various other nautical artefacts, and the clutter's a problem for Thelma now, so we've got to clear it.
We have a sale.
Less dusting for Thelma means Karen strikes a deal.
Diver's helmet, I won it. Great. I really, really am pleased about that because that's one of the bits I really wanted.
Alan let go of the helmet, but he turned down Karen's offer of £270 on 2 19th century Chinese blue and white ginger jars, Alison's offer of £500 on a collection of 4 trains and fenders, and Tim's offer of £999 on a suitcase of Scottish silver. Finally, it's the 19th century cow creamer that's both Tim and Alison's favourite.
It's very neat, very elegant, so that would be really nice to have. I'd like it.
I left a strong bid on it, and I'm hoping that I've beat Chappers.
So who, if anyone, will take it home?
Now, Alan, I love these cow creamers. Tell me about this one.
I bought it somewhere in East Anglia. It was uncertain if it was silver or not, so it was termed white metal. I sent it to Edinburgh assay office. They phoned up next day and they said it is very heavily plated silver on a material such as copper.
But those 2 dealers still want it.
Good.
Alison says £190.
Mm-hmm. Reasonable.
Possible sale, reasonable.
Possible sale.
The independent valuer has put this, if it went to auction, between £150 and £250.
Yeah.
These are quite novelty items,
Yes.
and people do still quite like to use them. Tim says £199.
Mm-hmm. That's a fair enough deal.
Just before you make up your mind, I know how commercial this is and how much the dealers want it. I'm going to bring Tim and Alison back in here and ask them if they'll make you another bid.
That sounds good.
Come on in, you two.
Hello, nice to meet you, Alan.
All right,
You've both bid, and you're both very close. But the highest bid is Tim, at £199. You missed it for 9, Alison.
That sounds a very cunning bid, Mr. Hogarth.
Well,
So if either of you would like to stand a chance of buying this, we need another bid.
you see, the minute I put this pen on this card, Alison will tell me the figure that I've written.
It will start with the 2.
Well, obviously.
That's a good start, because Alan's not going to sell it for under 200, are you, Alan?
Right, they're done.
We have 2 new bids. Thank you, you two. Tim says £229.
very reasonable.
Generous, Alan, is the word.
Generous.
Alison says £249.
I hope this hasn't caused a big rift between you two.
He sulks. He'll sulk all afternoon now. I will be made to pay.
£249.
I'm very pleased with that.
Do we have a deal?
Yes, we have a deal.
Fantastic.
But I'll make him a cup of tea and that will cheer you up, won't
You've
it,
got a cow
darling?
creamer now, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got that.
Come on.
I bid keenly and strongly, and I'm the one that's going home with it.
I did sulk for quite a while, actually, over the cow creamer, but we're friends again now, so it's okay.
Today, the dealers offered Alan a total of £11,773 for some of his fascinating collection. In the end, he parted with 40 items. So how much has he made?
Now, you have already made £5,064, which is sitting in your hot little hand.
Yeah.
You have also made £1,770, which gives you a grand total today, Alan, of £6,834.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thelma's eyes will open wide when I tell her. Where can I hide it?
Where are you going to stash it before
Where am
she
I going to
comes back?
stash it?
What's going to happen to all this then, seriously?
Well, seriously, to be invested very wisely, you can be assured.
Well, you deserve it, Alan. Thank you very much for allowing us into your house.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure, and thank you for the opportunity.
Today, Alan made £6,834 from selling on some of his fascinating collectibles and unusual antiques. But how wisely did our dealers buy today? Karen sold the diver's helmet for £550, the rosewood vanity box for £500, and the whale-tooth Scrimshaw for £230. Alison still has the cow creamer and Bassett locomotives sitting in her shop. And as for Tim, he sold the Majolica owl for £100, but he liked the silver loving cup so much, he's kept it for himself. And what's Alan doing with all that money? Well, he's already measured up the building plot in the garden so he can order in some new fencing, and plans to book Thelma's flights to California for her son's wedding in a couple of weeks.
Well, what a fascinating, eclectic mix we've had in this house. There's been loads for our dealers to get their teeth into, and Alan has pocketed a lot of money. I'll see you next time on Secret Dealers.